Big news. Your soulmate is happier than ever. Because you finally did this. My beloved child, big news has finally arrived, and your soulmate is carrying a happiness that feels almost impossible for them to explain. For a long time, they were watching your journey from a distance, wondering when this moment would come. They saw the battles you fought quietly. They saw the days when you questioned yourself and the nights when you felt like nothing was changing. But recently, something remarkable happened. You finally started choosing yourself instead of your fears. You finally stopped giving your energy to things that were holding you back. That single shift created a ripple effect that reached your soulmate's heart in a way you cannot yet imagine. The moment they realized you were stepping into a stronger version of yourself, a huge weight lifted from their shoulders. Don't skip, because this is only the beginning. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. What your soulmate never told anyone is that they were secretly worried about you. Not because they doubted your strength, but because they knew how much you had been carrying for so long. They knew there were moments when life tested your patience. They knew there were situations that made you question whether better days would ever arrive. Yet instead of allowing those experiences to harden your heart, you kept moving forward. Recently, your soulmate noticed a change in your energy that they could not ignore. They noticed more confidence. They noticed more peace. They noticed that you were no longer letting the past decide your future. That realization made them happier than ever because it confirmed something they had hoped for all along. They finally felt like the person they believed in was fully starting to emerge. Don't skip. Stay with this message, because something unexpected is about to be revealed. Here is where things become truly powerful. Your soulmate recently came to a realization that caught even them by surprise. They understood that the reason they feel so connected to you is not because of perfect circumstances or perfect timing. It is because every challenge you faced revealed more of your true character. The stronger you became, the more their admiration grew. The happier you became with yourself, the more hope they felt for the future. Right now, they are carrying a quiet excitement in their heart because they believe this transformation inside you is leading to something much bigger. They believe that what is unfolding now could open a door that once seemed impossible to reach. And there is one specific realization they had about you recently that changed everything. When that truth comes to light, you will understand why they are happier than ever today. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Because something huge is waiting for you. A quiet realization changed everything for your soulmate, and it happened when they least expected it. They were thinking about all the moments that brought them to this point, and suddenly they understood something that sent a wave of happiness through their heart. They realized that you were never meant to stay the same person forever. Every challenge, every delay, and every lesson was shaping you into someone even stronger. The reason they are happier than ever is because they can finally see the results of that growth. They can see a confidence in you that was hidden before. They can see a determination that refuses to disappear. Most importantly, they can see that you are beginning to recognize your own worth. Don't skip, because the next truth is something they have kept buried deep inside. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. There was a time when your soulmate feared that outside opinions, past disappointments, or personal doubts would create a permanent distance between you and them. They never said it aloud, but those thoughts crossed their mind more than once. Then something happened recently that changed their entire perspective. They noticed that you stopped looking for approval from everyone around you. You started trusting your own instincts. You started moving with a sense of purpose that felt completely different. That shift made your soulmate feel hopeful again. It made them believe that the future has more possibilities than they once imagined. In fact, there is a specific reason they cannot stop smiling right now. It is connected to a realization they had about your future, and that realization is much bigger than you think. Don't skip. Keep listening carefully. Something huge is waiting for you. What makes this story even more surprising is that your soulmate feels closer to you now than they have in a very long time, even if circumstances have not fully changed yet. They are no longer focusing on what is missing. Instead, they are focusing on what is growing. They see strength where they once saw uncertainty. They see progress where they once saw delays. They see possibilities where they once saw obstacles. And because of that, their happiness keeps growing every day. Yet there is one final piece they have not fully revealed. There is a thought they keep returning to, a thought so powerful that it changes the way they imagine the future whenever it enters their mind. When that hidden realization finally comes into the open, it will explain why this happiness feels different from anything they have felt before. Don't skip. Stay till the end of this journey. Because something huge is waiting for you. Something unexpected happened inside your soulmate's heart recently. It was not caused by a conversation, a message, or a special event. It happened because they suddenly saw your journey from a completely different perspective. Instead of focusing on how long things have taken, they started focusing on how far you have come. The moment they did that, everything changed. They realized that the person standing today is far stronger, wiser, and more prepared than the person you used to be. That realization filled them with a happiness they could not ignore. For the first time in a long while, they felt excitement replacing uncertainty. Don't skip, because what they understood next was even more powerful. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. One of the biggest secrets your soulmate has been carrying is that they admire your resilience more than anything else. There were moments when life pushed you to your limits, yet you continued moving forward. They watched you survive situations that could have made many people give up completely. Every challenge you overcame became proof of your strength. Recently, they found themselves thinking about all those moments, and a surprising thought entered their mind. They realized that the qualities they value most in a life partner are the very qualities you have been developing all along. That realization brought them a deep sense of peace. It made them feel as though they were finally seeing the bigger picture. Don't skip. What comes next connects directly to why they are happier than ever. The most exciting part is that your soulmate no longer sees your story as unfinished. They see it as a story that is finally entering its most important chapter. They feel that something is shifting beneath the surface, even if the full results have not appeared yet. Their heart keeps telling them that the growth you have experienced is leading somewhere meaningful. Every time they think about your future, they feel a sense of anticipation they cannot explain. It is as though they know a major turning point is approaching, but they have not yet seen the entire picture. And there is one specific realization about you that continues to grow stronger in their mind every single day. When that realization becomes impossible to ignore, it could change everything they thought they knew about this connection. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Because something huge is waiting for you. A moment arrived recently that your soulmate will never forget. It was not a dramatic event, and it was not something that everyone could see. It was a quiet realization that happened deep within their heart. They found themselves thinking about you, and suddenly they noticed how different everything feels now compared to before. The worries that once filled their mind are becoming smaller. The doubts that once made them hesitate are slowly fading away. In their place, a new feeling is growing stronger every day. That feeling is certainty. Your soulmate is beginning to feel certain that the changes happening in your life are leading somewhere important. The more they observe your growth, the more excited they become about what could happen next. What surprised them the most is that your transformation did not happen overnight. It happened through countless small decisions that nobody else noticed. Every time you chose hope over fear, you changed something. Every time you refused to give up, you changed something. Every time you continued moving forward despite setbacks, you changed something. Your soulmate has been watching those changes add up one by one. Now they are seeing the result. They are seeing someone who is becoming stronger, wiser, and more confident with every passing day. That realization has created a level of happiness inside them that they cannot easily explain. It is the kind of happiness that comes from finally seeing proof that better days are ahead. There is another reason their heart feels lighter than ever. Recently, they started imagining possibilities they were once afraid to imagine. They started thinking about what could happen if everything continues moving in this direction. Instead of focusing on obstacles, they began focusing on opportunities. Instead of wondering what could go wrong, they started wondering what amazing thing could happen next. That shift changed everything. And while they have not revealed this to anyone, there is a specific thought about you that keeps returning to their mind. Every time it appears, it makes them smile. Every time it appears, it strengthens their belief that something meaningful is getting closer. The truth behind that thought is far bigger than they expected, and it is about to become impossible for them to ignore. A powerful shift is taking place inside your soulmate, and they can no longer pretend they do not feel it. The happiness they are experiencing is not coming from a fantasy or a temporary emotion. It is coming from what they are actually seeing. They are seeing someone who has started stepping into their true potential. Every time they think about how much you have grown, they feel inspired. Every time they remember the obstacles you overcame, they feel proud. What amazes them most is that you may not even realize how much progress you have made. While you were busy fighting your battles, your soulmate was noticing the strength you were building. Now that strength is becoming impossible to ignore. Not long ago, your soulmate found themselves reflecting on an old fear. They remembered a time when they worried that life would keep pushing the two of you in different directions. They worried that timing would never be right. They worried that circumstances would always create another delay. But recently, something changed their perspective completely. They began noticing signs that things are no longer moving the way they once were. The energy around your journey feels different. The path ahead feels more open. For the first time in a long while, they feel like progress is happening instead of waiting. That realization filled them with a level of excitement they had not felt for a very long time. What makes this even more remarkable is that your soulmate has started trusting their heart more than their fears. They are no longer giving all their attention to what could go wrong. Instead, they are paying attention to what is going right. They see your resilience. They see your determination. They see your willingness to keep moving forward no matter how difficult things become. Those qualities mean more to them than words can explain. In fact, there is one particular realization about you that keeps returning to their mind late at night. It is a realization so important that it changes the way they view the future every single time they think about it. And the closer they get to accepting that truth completely, the closer they get to making a decision that could change everything. There is something your soulmate has been feeling more strongly with each passing day, and it is becoming impossible for them to ignore. Every time they think about your journey, they keep arriving at the same conclusion. You are not the same person you were before. The version of you that once doubted every step is slowly disappearing, and a stronger version is taking its place. Your soulmate has noticed this more than anyone realizes. They have seen the way you continue moving forward even when life becomes difficult. They have seen the way you keep believing that better things are possible. That is one of the biggest reasons their happiness continues to grow. They feel like they are witnessing the beginning of something important rather than the ending of something uncertain. What truly surprised them was the moment they stopped focusing on what was missing and started appreciating what was already changing. Suddenly, they realized that many of the things they once hoped for are already beginning to appear. They see more confidence in you. They see more stability in your energy. They see someone who is learning to trust their own path instead of waiting for permission from the world. That realization created a powerful sense of peace inside them. Instead of worrying about every little detail, they started feeling excited about the future. They began believing that some of the delays and challenges that once seemed impossible to overcome may have actually been preparing both of you for something greater. The most remarkable part is that your soulmate can feel their perspective changing completely. They are no longer looking at this connection through the lens of fear. They are looking at it through the lens of possibility. Every day they discover another reason to believe that the future holds more than either of you expected. And recently, one thought has continued returning to their heart again and again. It is a thought connected directly to you. A thought that makes them smile without even realizing it. A thought that fills them with hope whenever uncertainty tries to appear. The deeper they explore that feeling, the clearer everything becomes. And what they are beginning to understand now is far more significant than anything they understood before. The truth waiting ahead is closer than they realize. A realization has been growing inside your soulmate for quite some time, but only recently did they finally stop resisting it. For months, they tried to be logical about everything. They tried to convince themselves to stay patient, stay careful, and avoid expecting too much. Yet no matter how hard they tried, one truth kept returning to their heart. The more they watched your growth, the more they believed that you were becoming exactly the person they always hoped you would be. Not because you changed for someone else, but because you finally started becoming more of who you truly are. That realization brought them a happiness that feels deeper than excitement. It feels like relief. It feels like hope finally winning against doubt. There is also something your soulmate has not admitted to many people. They have started imagining a future that once felt impossible to imagine. In the past, every time they thought about the future, questions would appear. What if things never changed? What if the timing was never right? What if circumstances always stood in the way? Those questions used to create uncertainty. But now something very different is happening. Whenever they think about the future, they find themselves focusing on possibilities instead of problems. They find themselves feeling optimistic instead of worried. The reason is simple. They can see proof that growth is happening. They can see proof that progress is real. And once they saw that proof, everything inside them began shifting. What makes this moment so important is that your soulmate feels closer than ever to understanding something that has been hidden for a long time. There is a piece of the puzzle they are finally beginning to see clearly. Every experience, every challenge, and every lesson seems to connect to the same conclusion. Nothing happened by accident. Every step brought both of you closer to this stage of the journey. That thought has been filling their heart with an incredible sense of anticipation. They feel like they are standing near the edge of a breakthrough, even if they cannot see every detail yet. And the closer they get to that breakthrough, the stronger their happiness becomes. What they are about to realize next will explain why this chapter feels different from every chapter that came before it.